Hello and welcome to Arts 24, where the movie marathon at the Cannes Film Festival is coming to a close. As the final features competing for the big prize, the Palme d'Or, are being beamed across that huge screen, Park Chan-wook's jury is gearing up for what could be a heated debate about who should get the awards. Well, to tell us more about it, culture editor Eve Jackson joins us from the Riviera. Hi, Eve. Now, we've had almost 2 weeks of films. You've seen about 30 of them. Do you have a top film to recommend to us?
Hello, Olivia. Well, for me, it's Fjord from Romanian director Cristian Mungiu. He won the 2007 Palme d'Or for 4 months, 3 weeks and 2 days. It's a cold, tense, psychologically unsettling drama about a Romanian-Norwegian family living in rural Norway who slowly become isolated from the community around them. Sebastian Stan is extraordinary, completely transformed, speaking his native language, Romanian, for the first time on screen. And Renate Reinsve is brilliant as his wife. It's one of those films that quietly gets under your skin and stays there long after you leave the cinema. I sat down with both the director and the actress here in Cannes to talk about the film.
If you want, it's this conflict which is present today between the conservatives and the progressive way of seeing things, and it was easier to set the conflict there because for all of us people living in the south, somehow the Nordic countries are considered to be the most liberal and progressive. Question is, what are your limits within your family if you move over there, and you move there not only with your luggage but with your values?
Jag kan titta det, älskling. For me, honestly, if I met someone like Lisbeth, who had her life dictated by her faith, who was living this, had made all these choices in how to live with her family and in this conservative way, I think I would be a little bit afraid because I wouldn't completely understand her, but I was drawn to her.
Now, Cannes has really shaped Renate Reinsve's career. She won Best Actress here for The Worst Person in the World before returning with Sentimental Value, which went on to earn multiple Oscar nominations. And in her interview, she actually revealed she was wearing the suit of her on-screen father from Sentimental Value, actor Stellan Skarsgård, who's on this year's Cannes jury. He actually wore it at the start of the festival.
Oh, proof that the cast stayed friends then if they're swapping jackets. Well, of course, Cannes is not just about the Palme d'Or. There are plenty of other films screening in sidebar sections. Some of them go on to become word-of-mouth hits. Another film you loved is called I See Buildings Fall Like Lightning. Now, I wonder if there's a bit of bias here because it's set in Birmingham, based on a book from the Brummie author Kieran Goddard. Tell us more about this one.
I mean, maybe there's a tiny bit of Birmingham bias there. It's rare to see Birmingham on screen in such a rich, funny, complicated way. The director, Clio Barnard, turns this story about 5 working-class friends drifting apart into something really emotional and universal. Now, Joe Cole, who people know from Peaky Blinders, Gangs of London and A Prayer Before Dawn, is brilliant as the one friend who escaped, got rich, and discovers that success doesn't necessarily make you happy. I caught up with both him and Clio Barnard earlier in the festival.
No. I mean, I'm no way with it, do you know what I mean? I can take it or leave it, And then Calvin's like, oi, you need to hold it down, Jack. Put your phone back, quit staring into space and hit your sack, that's that. She'll want you much more for not hanging on. Stop me if I'm wrong, stop me if I'm wrong.
Joe and the rest of the cast just did such remarkable work of kind of bonding and creating a friendship group that I think we all probably know those people that we were at school with and grew up with, who know us inside out and we have a real intimacy with.
He hasn't found happiness and he hasn't found the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow and needs to reconnect with his friends and his hometown. And for me, it resonated a little bit with some of my own life in some ways. But also it was just such a well-rounded, fully fledged character along with all the others.
Very good to see British independent cinema at Cannes this year. But Eve, looking at the selection overall, what's your feeling about this year's festival?
Olivia, what really stands out is that there are two big themes in Cannes this year: queer stories and war stories. We see gay love in The Man I Love from Ira Sachs, starring Rami Malek during the AIDS crisis in 1980s New York, the Japanese drama Nagi Notes, and French movie Garance looking at female desire and relationships. Then on the other side, you have all these movies about war. De Gaulle, about the wartime French leader, Moulin on French resistance hero Jean Moulin, and some films combine both themes, like Coward from Luc Don, a First World War story about masculinity and hidden sexuality. Then there's also La Bola Negra, starring Penelope Cruz and Glenn Close, set during the Spanish Civil War. It feels like filmmakers are really responding to a world that feels more divided and politically tense right now.
Sounds quite timely in terms of content there. But there are always some surprises at the Cannes Film Festival. Do you have a favourite moment from this year?
One of my favourite moments was at the premiere of Diamond, probably because I was sitting just a few seats away from Andy Garcia as he received a standing ovation. Now, the film itself, Diamond, is a little uneven, but it's warm, old school and genuinely charming. And there was something really moving about seeing a Hollywood veteran finally bring his 20-year passion project to Cannes. So that was a very sweet moment.
Wow, never too late to become a filmmaker indeed. Well, as we look ahead to the closing ceremony, we're taking a closer look at the leading lady who opened the festival this year, Gong Li. The actor's been garlanded with awards in Venice, Hong Kong, and of course, Cannes. Her star turn in the 1993 film Farewell, My Concubine was celebrated with a screening in the Cannes Classic Selection this year. It's the only Chinese language film to have won the Palme d'Or. Here's a look back at her illustrious career.
She's been called China's most beautiful woman, its greatest actress, and a muse who transformed a generation of cinema. To audiences around the world, Gong Li is simply iconic, opening the 79th Cannes Film Festival alongside another icon, Jane Fonda. The 60-year-old actress and L'Oreal ambassador is being honoured in the Cannes Classics section for Farewell, My Concubine, the only Chinese-language film to have won the Palme d'Or in 1993. France 24 met the screen legend.
Every time I go to the Cannes Film Festival, stand on the red carpet and walk up those steps, I realise just how wonderful this profession is. And I tell myself that I absolutely must keep at it. I feel that way every single time. And I think that's the role of cinema. It allows us to meet and come together.
Before Gong Li even graduated from drama school, she landed her breakout role in Red Sorghum. Then came a string of unforgettable performances in Oscar-nominated films Judo and Raise the Red Lantern. In the story of Chuju, she played a pregnant peasant seeking justice for her injured husband and went on to win Best Actress at the Venice Film Festival in 1992. Many more awards followed. Gong once said that Cannes itself helped bring Asian cinema to the world stage.
Even today, I believe that if the Cannes Film Festival hadn't helped our films gain such a strong foothold on the world stage, Chinese cinema might have developed more slowly.
In 1997, Hollywood came calling and she starred opposite Jeremy Irons in Chinese Box, her first English language role.
I want you to come away with me.
I can't.
Her contribution to cinema earned her France's Order of Arts and Letters in 1998.
I'm very happy and deeply moved. I didn't expect this because it's something truly exceptional.
Fights alongside a witch.
In recent years, Gong has appeared less frequently on screen, though she joined Disney's live-action remake of Mulan in 2020. This year at Cannes, the influence of Asian cinema feels stronger than ever, a reminder of the global wave Gong Li helped bring to the French city decades ago.
Well, finally, Cannes might be an international showcase for the best in filmmaking, but it's also one big catwalk too. Eve, there have been some spectacular looks on the red carpet this year. What stood out for you?
Olivia, the queen of the red carpet this year has been Demi Moore. She's part of this year's jury. Now, the standout was this huge pink dress with an oversized bow. She looks like a fantastic red carpet present. After so much black on the carpet this year, it was really refreshing to see something very playful. Then, of course, we had Bella Hadid, the supermodel. She had one of the most talked about looks in this Schiaparelli gown, inspired by a famous Jane Birkin look from 1969. Now, the original story is very Birkin. She thought the neckline on the dress was too high, so she wore it backwards and pinned it together with a black brooch. And for the men, nobody came close to Coleman Domingo. He arrived in this incredible custom purple Valentino cape look, completely theatrical in the best possible way. He just understands red carpet dressing. Go big, have fun.
And quite good if it's a bit chilly. Eve, thank you so much for that roundup. We're looking forward to hearing more from you about all the prizes as they're handed out. Well, from sculptural creations that need their own personal assistants to barely there slip dresses, we'll leave you with some of the sartorial highlights from that stylish crowd in Cannes. Do check in with us next time here on Arts 24 and on our social media too.